They all lied. Life does not get easier. Not the problems, not the people, not the situation. Life does not get easier, but you do get stronger if you finally decide to choose you and to continue to show up for you. Today we're going to talk about 3 ways to do that exact thing, because though I have been on this I Choose Me journey for months now, it is not until this past few weeks that I finally have stepped into what it means to truly choose me in every moment of every day and to live out that truth. So what we're going to first start out with is you gotta clean up your space. You have to see the environment that you live in as an extension of what's going on the inside. If it is a mess in your room, in your closet, in your car, that is because there is chaos going on in your own mind, because you are not choosing to create the space to become that next version of you. You can't shove more clothes into your closet. You can't put more things into your room. You gotta take some things out. Look at the clothes that you don't want. Look at the stuff that you've accumulated over the years and decide what isn't going to stay anymore, because everything that is in your house, in your car, in your physical space that doesn't need to be there anymore is taking up mental energy from you. You are handing out this energy to the clothes that you have to push out of the way to get that dress in the back that you want. You have to shove things out of your way in the car. You have to move things, and that physical movement is taking energy from you physically, but it is also doing it emotionally. And then you are realizing the mental load at the end of the day, not because you realize that all this stuff was in your way, but because you're exhausted. You get to the end of the day after work and you can't get up off the couch because you've spent the entire day moving things out of your way, trying to make excuses for it, and it doesn't work anymore. And this is the exact point that I got to. I realized that I had to clean out my space, remove the things that I wasn't going to use, and not wait for one day that they would be useful, but to get them out of the way. Now, this applies very clearly to your physical space, but then you got to look at your mental space. What are you giving your mental space to that is not serving you? Which friends say they'll text you or call you and then never do? And then when they do, you feel obligated to answer. Which people at work are you constantly making up for? Who in your life are you bridging that gap that isn't helping you anymore? Who are you doing this work for that leaves you drained at the end of the day? The reason that you can't get up and do all of the things that you want is because you're handing it off to every single person. Every time you complain, every time you're upset, every time you think about the past, every time you get mad because this is no longer what you want. But then that energy is just blown away in all of these directions. And it is because these people are taking up space in every sense of that word that they no longer deserve. So when you look at all the things that you have in your room, in your closet, and the people in your life, create a zero-based budget. Everything has to prove its worth to you right now. It has to reprove itself to you, and you get to decide if what they're offering is what you want. If your best friend came into your life today without any of the attachments of the past, of how many times you talked or how many fun times you had, if you were presented this behavior in a brand new person, is this a person that you would continue to pursue to have in your life, whose text you would answer, and whose ideas and time you would entertain? And it's not that easy, but it becomes a lot easier to put it into perspective. This person gets your undivided attention, your awareness, but are they deserving of it? Would you allow some new person in your life who didn't have any of the loyalty that they currently have from you? Would this new person get it? And if the answer is no, then you have the decision to make. You have the ability to say, you know what? I would not buy this dress today. And this isn't the dress I'm going to choose before I choose these other 10. So this no longer gets a space. And people and pieces of clothing are not the same, but we have to stop treating everything with unending presence in your life as if they constantly deserve that access if they are not giving to you. If you have a friend who answers your phone calls, who texts you, who you have an amazing time with, and there is this reciprocal relationship, that person would not be the one that you just thought of when I brought this up. So you have to realize who is taking up space and who is adding to your life. Those people who are adding to your life will not feel like burdens. They will not be something you have to move out of the way, something that you have to get beyond to feel happy, to deal with the rest of your day. You have enough to deal with. Get rid of the small things that aren't working out for you. I personally had a bunch of markers and crayons that I never really used, but I got, and I threw those all away, or I donated them. There was a few things that ended up in one place or the other, but I decided that it was time for them to have a new life, to go to someone who's going to appreciate what it can offer. This goes for clothing, this goes for people. There are going to be people who want that kind of commitment and who can afford that kind of reciprocity, but if you are somebody who wants someone to show up, who wants someone to be there, this person clearly can't do it for you. Does that mean you need to put them out and never speak to them again? Not necessarily, but you get to decide that you have the power and that you can say, you know what, as much as I've enjoyed all of this, I need to move forward. I can't give you all of this space. And I realized that there was a friend that said she was gonna call me and then didn't. And I was like, why does she keep doing this? And I've allowed it. I've still answered when she's called and, felt really bad afterwards, but hey, I answered the call because I'm such a good friend, and then I spend weeks thinking about it. And anyone who's worth being in your life isn't going to make you think negatively all the time. So clean your space. Spring cleaning is just around the corner. The weather is getting warmer. We're coming out of this dark winter. It's time to step into that light, create some space where the light can shine in, and then you can reevaluate what actually can replace these things, which brings us to number 2, is you gotta review what you can add back in. You have to decide what gets this space now, and in order to do that, you have to figure out who is it that you want to be. This entire I Choose Me journey is just about that. I choose me because I know who I am. I know where I'm going. I know what I want from life. And if you don't know that, then no direction that you go in is going to be helpful for you because you don't know where you want to end up. So which version of you are you trying to become? Who do you want to be? And these are the questions that we have to ask ourselves and keep asking and keep figuring out. Because at the end of the day, we are not going to be alive for the rest of our lives. We have to step up and say, you know what? Enough is enough. This person, this thing, they don't deserve any more of me because I am worthy of a beautiful life, of this amazing sense of self that I've created, that I've carved out of the stuff that life has handed me, and it's been hard along the way, but I decide that I'm worth it. And that's what choosing me is all about, is I've decided that I'm worth it, that I don't have to sit around and wait for this friend to call me back, for this job to decide that my value is appreciated and used effectively. I choose me and I decide that I'm worth it. There are so many things that I have encountered these past few months that have really forced me to reevaluate what matters and what doesn't and what deserves my time. And this is an evaluation that we are going to have to get good at for the rest of our lives. We're going to have to figure out how to grocery shop, how to eat, how to interact with people, how to deal with money, how to deal with our emotions, how to communicate with others, how to show up effectively, how to dress ourselves, how to take care of our hair, how to take care of our skin. These are things that we're going to have to get good at because we're going to have to do it for the rest of our lives. And we are worth the investment to figure that out. And you don't have to figure it all out today or tomorrow or the day after. But every time you sit down and you think about who it is that you want to be and you step towards it, you're eliminating all these paths to the version of you that you don't want to be because you are choosing you. But no one can choose it for you, that you are worthy of having a beautiful and amazing life because no one can make the decisions on your behalf. No one can go and apply for a new job for you. No one can go and find new friends for you. No one can tell you that you have to do this or that. You are a willing participant in every decision that has been made for you or against you, because you have either accepted it as the truth and moved on, or you've allowed it to hold you back for so long. And isn't it time to clear all of that out and to make space for this new life, for this new person that we want to be? Who do you want to be? This is the question that we're going to have to ask ourselves for the rest of time. And if you're here, it's because you want to know these answers. You want to sit with these questions and decide. Because at the end of the day, everyone else is living this life for the first time, and you get to choose which version of your life you want to live. And you're going to change your mind over time. And it's not about having only one way that you continue forever. It is about being open to the possibility of change. And to be open, you have to create space, and you have to evaluate what is and what isn't working. Your habits, your thoughts, the people that you surround yourself. What is missing? Who is not bringing what they need to be? And what is it that you need? Do you need somebody to be able to talk to about work? Do you need someone that you can go and have fun with? Do you want to bounce ideas off of them because you have a similar interests? You want to go and do the same activities? Do you want to go and do tennis together? What is it that you want? We talk about all the time of the things we don't want. But if we don't figure out what it is that we do want, we're just going to keep circulating around the things that we don't. And at the end of the day, you deserve more than that being your reality. So figure out who you want to be. The entire I Choose Me journey is about that. Figuring out your freedoms, figuring out what it means to you to show up for you. At the end of the day, it does not matter who is or isn't there if you aren't. If you don't show up for yourself first, there's no amount of people who could love you into this new version of you. You have to put in the work. You have to go step by step into this new version. And in order to do that, to go to this next you have to understand what you value and what you want from life. There is no wrong answers, but if you don't come up with one, you're gonna keep circulating in the same direction and you're gonna get nowhere. If you want to go to a new location, you have to do three things. You have to get a GPS. You have to get the app out, and then you have to put where you are and where you're going, and then you have to press go. And it's not going to tell you exactly step by step everything, and it will tell you that. But what it will also do is if you take the wrong turn, it will redirect you. It might end up taking longer, but it will redirect you to that location. And we have to see everything that's going on in our life as a redirection back to who we want to be. But if we don't know who we want to be, it's nowhere that we are going. So doing the questions, showing up and figuring out the answers is how you become that next version of you. It's not an easy task to sit with your thoughts and evaluate them for what they mean and what they don't. But it is the most important work that we could ever do, and that is why it's been super interesting to work with the I Choose Me journey, and it's been fun to color in and to write and to come up with the 10 goals for this year. And you can color, and you can put stickers on everything, and you can make this world your own in every single way. Do you need this notebook or piece of paper? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you pick up or what you don't. What matters is who you decide to be and to pursue it relentlessly. Because you can get this, but if it sits on your shelf and you don't do anything with it, it's not going to change who you are. And there's a lot of people in this world who are never going to meet you. There's people all over the world. Don't let you be one of those people who doesn't end up meeting you, who doesn't understand why you feel the way that you do, who doesn't pursue the things that you want. Let go of everyone who is telling you that you need to do one thing versus the other because they don't know any better. This is your life and you have to pursue it. So who do you want to be? Where do you want to go? What is your goal? What is your why? You have to figure out all of these things, and at the end of the day, there's no wrong answers. There is not a single wrong answer, but you have to answer it, and then you have to pursue it. It is as difficult and as easy as that, and it's not easy, but it is a simple idea. We pursue the life that we want, and we choose ourselves in each and every moment. So the third thing that is required to step into finally choosing me is the idea of respect. Respecting me, my time, my body, my energy, and showing up for people who respect me as well. I want to live in a world where I'm excited by the people I interact with and the things that I do. And am I in that exact position right now? Not necessarily. But every single time I choose to behave in a different way. I choose to show up for me. I choose better. I am living that greatest version of me, because you can feel all of these feelings today. You don't have to wait till you have $1 million or until you don't work for anyone. You can choose to be excited about life today and happy about life in the small moments, because they will escalate into the big ones, but you have to choose that. And respect, I feel, is a lost art, because that friend who will say, hey, let's hang out, and then doesn't message me, or says she'll call me and then doesn't. This to me is a great deal of lacking in respect. And if you don't respect others, it is because you are also not respecting yourself. So as much as I tolerated all of this behavior before, I'm choosing to respect myself more now. To say, you know what? I will answer you when I have the time. And if you don't make the effort to respond, I will not go out of my way to continue this interaction. I will do what I need to at work, but I will respect me and my autonomy and my ability and my skills more than trying to prove to everyone that I'm better than this. I want to live a life of sanity and dignity and respect. And in order for me to feel sane, I have to push all of this other stuff to the side and say, you know what? It's okay that you don't want to be in my life and that you've shown me that. But now I need to make the decision of, am I going to continue to entertain this? And every time I complain about work or about other people, I am disrespecting my own time and my own ability, because I can get up and walk out of any situation should I need to, or figure out a way to get out of it. So when I complain about my life and when I'm judging myself, I'm disrespecting my ability to move forward. And respect is a big thing in this world that we all need to work on. We need to respect others' time, their ability, their autonomy. And in order to do that, we have to respect ourselves first, because this is a reciprocation game. If people are not respecting you, it's because you are not respecting yourself. So to respect yourself, figure out what you're wearing, what you're feeling, what you're thinking, what you're eating. How is this affecting you? Who and what isn't working for you? Which food are you interacting with? Which people are you interacting with that aren't working for you anymore? Can you respect yourself more today by showing up for you in a way that you haven't before? You can say no to that coworker. If they ask you for something that you can't provide, you can say no instead of spending 3 hours trying to figure it out. It's okay to not know what to do. And it's more respectful to say, hey, I actually don't know. I can point you to someone who can figure it out for you, or I can try and help you. But I personally do not know in this exact moment, and that's okay. Own it. Stand on your decision. You decided to get up, you decided to stay, own it. It's your life. No one else has to be told why you're doing it or what you're doing or even how. You don't have to answer these questions. You don't have to offer this information. Respect your story, respect your life. You wouldn't just hand your house keys or car keys or social security card to just anyone because you respect their value. Respect your own value. Decide that you're worth it. And respecting yourself will create that confidence and that courage to move forward and say, you know what? I appreciate this offer in my life. I've bought into it. And you know what? I've learned. I've moved on. This was my mistake, but you can't use it against me. So stop using your past as a weapon against you. You know all the things that you've done wrong and done right, but stop using either of those as reasons for you to stay where you are or to hold you back. You can do better. You can choose better. You can be a person of greatness. But you have to decide that, and you have to follow through on that. Your life is a beautiful thing, but no one can tell you that other than you, and no one can choose that for you other than you. So we're going to figure out what deserves to be in our space. We're going to invite the things that make us feel the greatest version of ourselves because we know who that is and who we want to become. And we're going to start respecting our story and our time and our autonomy by releasing everything that isn't working, accepting the things that are and that we want, and moving forward constantly. The past can't be changed, but the future can be. And it's decided right now by what you choose next. So I hope you choose you. I hope that every single second of every single day, you finally decide that you're worth it. I have been struggling with that idea for a while, but I've had to have some honest conversations and with others and with myself. And at the end of the day, my life is worth it. I am worth being loved and cared for and respected, and the first person who has to do it is me. So I invite you to do the same. Choose yourself today and every day after, because you're worth it. Your life is a beautiful thing, and only you get to continue to choose it. So I hope you got something out of today's video. We will be back and we will continue this journey. I hope you continue to join it with me, but keep going. I want you to know that this world is yours, and it always has been. Have an amazing week.